To start with, I was a very lucky person because I always had absolutely perfect teeth. I think I only had 1 or 2 fillings, and I used to go to the dentist regularly for checkups, and at 3 monthly to the hygienist, and I was always happy to go because I never needed any treatment. And then about 14-15 years ago, I got a slight gum infection just up here, and it was very, very, very painful, and took some antibiotics for it and didn't think anything more of it. And then carried on going to the dentist, still lovely teeth, no problems. But then I started to get some kind of gum disease, and I went to my dentist, and he just gave me some painkillers and antibiotics, and after some time it seemed to get worse, and we couldn't get to the bottom of what the problem was. And so it was suggested, I went to see a different dentist, and he suggested I went to a periodontist, which I did, and she did some very deep cleansing, but nothing was getting better. And in the end I became I didn't really have much trust or faith, because I knew there was something wrong, but it just wasn't getting better. And after a period of time, when I was in my mid-40s, this first tooth here where I had the gum infection dropped, and I just thought I could perhaps have it capped, but I couldn't. And in the end I did find another dentist, and my teeth had become loose by this time. So I had 5 teeth out in one go, and replaced by a bridge, which I was quite pleased with. But when the final work was due to happen, I absolutely just couldn't afford it. And so basically I got to a point where I had nowhere else to go. I tried different dentists, but the same thing was, you will need your teeth out and it will cost a lot of money. So I kind of like ran away from it, because I literally could not go anywhere. And then Staplehurst Dental Practice was recommended to me by a friend who'd been there, and she was so pleased she recommended me, but I was still in a bit of denial of ever being able to afford anything. And then meanwhile I became funded about 2 years ago. I was very lucky to be able to be funded to have this treatment done. And so I came to Staplehurst Dental Practice and met Jan, and he was just so amazingly kind and gentle that I just felt totally safe. All the staff, Karen, Sarah, everyone was so gentle, so kind, that I never ever worried that anything would hurt or anything would go wrong. So I was able to have the treatment over a period of time, and Jan asked me how I'd like this to go, and I just said slowly. So this took place, as I say, over a period of time. The biggest fear of all was actually having my teeth out. It was something that I really, really couldn't come to terms with, but the ones I had were just so awful I couldn't keep them either. So with a bit of wizardry with Karen, she introduced me to somebody who was having similar treatment, and we phoned one another, and she said she was absolutely fine. I thought, well, I've got to do it. I cannot turn back now. So I went ahead with it all. I went to see the person who made my dentures. He was absolutely lovely. He made them according to a photograph which I brought to him, so he could see what I looked like before, when I had nice teeth. And I was so pleased with the outcome. They were lovely fitting. In many ways I would have been quite happy with those, but I was already on the road to implants by this time. And again, it was extremely extensive, but amazing. Nothing ever hurt. The fact that I used to sit in the dentist chair for 4 hours at a time never bothered me. I became extremely interested in what Matt was doing, the implantologist. And again, I suppose a little bit down to me. I like to keep a little bit of humour into things, and I just said to him, "You're no longer my dentist, you're my mechanic." So it was very, very, very interesting, and I used to love telling people about the progress. Loads and loads of people were interested. Some people nearly fainted, but they could see how happy I was with everything. And then finally, 2 weeks before Christmas last year, I had the final fitting for the implants, and this is what I look like now. And having spent, I think I worked out 14, 15 years of just not being able to eat properly, hiding the way I was eating, hiding my smiles, and now I can just do everything as if none of this had ever happened. So I'm just absolutely delighted.